me love here. And I've been playing with having the light on or having the light off. But, we're just going to go with the light off because my camera seems to focus in better. But I do have a tutorial on this at the end where I have the light on, and I'll of course take this and take some good pictures of it outside so you can see it. But it is an altered Altoid tin because I joined a swap in the Crafty Me group. And this is my partner's grandson. He's helping me today. And so I made this into a Christmas ornament because it is a Christmas in July type of swap. That smells good. So this is my Altoid tin, and I did use Tilda Sweet Christmas. Pardon me, we have to keep smelling this. This is a sample cup from my favorite candle lady. It's bamboo cypress, and even though I melted it and it was a little strong, this smells amazing. So me and him just keep smelling it. This beautiful bling piece is from Craft Supplies For You. And I pretty much showed you everything that I did to this in the tutorial, except these two things. Adding the flat back pearl because it was a little fiddly. I adhered that with hot glue. And then I'll show you the other thing is inside that I didn't share in the tutorial. But I made it too thick to even close. So luckily I had one of these Chinese knots that I used for a closure. Just a minute, buddy. And so it hangs this way, and then you open it, and it'll hang like this. And they're so cute. So the only thing that, only other thing that I don't show you in the tutorial is this eyelash trim. Oh, that smells amazing. This beautiful stuff right here. I decided, oh here, and he loves it too. Who doesn't love eyelash trim? I put it right here, and I used, for whatever reason, glossy accents to do that. Extremely fiddly, wouldn't do it again, but I mean, it's pretty. So I left that out of the tutorial. Of course, I did run into some other obstacles that I do share in the tutorial. Just a minute, buddy. But here it is, and isn't it cute? I hope my partner loves it. I will put... That's okay. Pick it up. Pick it up. The eyelash trim has spread across the floor. He's not happy about it. Oh, can you get it? You want me to get it for you? You want me to get it for you? All right, hand me a piece of it. So I will put a link to the Crafty Me group below. And I hope that you enjoy the tutorial, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I thought it would be nice to kind of tell you what I've got going on before I do like a speed through of how I put it all together. Well, anyway, I hope that helps. So I have the Altoid tin, and so what I did was I just traced it on the paper that I wanted, and then of course I had to trim it a little bit, and then I labeled the pieces top and bottom so I'd know. I also labeled the inside piece inside bottom so that it would fit. And let's see, for the sides you need to measure it with the lid closed because you can't paper above this or your Altoid tin's not going to close, so you're only going to paper this part. And so it happened that my 1/2 inch double-sided tape is just about darn perfect. So I just laid the double-sided tape down on the paper that I wanted to use, and then I'm just going to peel it off and stick it around. It's amazing. That 1/2 inch is perfect. Now for the lip, I did want to put some paper here, and I used 1/2 inch double-sided tape. Now it's a little big. There's like a little bit of overhang there that I'm just going to sand down, and it'll be fine. But the only issue is right here over these little things. So I kind of cut little slits in here to allow for give for that, and then we'll see what that looks like. So I don't know if you can really see, but I put slits to go right over there, and then we'll see what happens with that. And then, let's see, for the inside, I'm going to use this really cool chipboard frame. This is from Gypsy Soul Laser Cuts, and it's going to fit right here. It's going to be cool. That I'm just going to glue down to this paper, and then I will cut it out once it's dry. For the inside, I fussy cut some images out of the Sweet Christmas Tilda paper. Here's a adorable little Santa Claus and a little ballerina and a polar bear. Now, I like to fussy cut. I don't have a problem with that, but my eyes do have a problem with that. So I have to put on cheaters, really, to get, that's why her legs are kind of funky, because I didn't put on my cheaters and I just went for it. So, but luckily you won't see how distorted that is later. I have these awesome like pipe cleaners, like evergreen pipe cleaners, and I'm going to use that in there. I might use some of this sparkly eyelash trim. I went through my Christmas box, which was so fun. I grabbed a couple of mini trees, and then I have these bulbs that I think came out of a kit I purchased last year, but or the year before. I don't really remember. So I'm going to try to put those in there, and I'm really just going to speed through the rest of the process. And of course, you know, I'll have pictures at the end. Okay, so here we're just sticking on the double-sided taped paper. Tongue twister. But it does work best if you don't stick the paper over itself. If you just trim it down to the size you need, it sticks better. I didn't worry about that too much because I knew that I was going to be gluing other things on top of that, so you wouldn't see the edge too badly on that. And where I put the little notches in the tape for the hinge worked like a champ. And now they're not cut perfectly, so you do see a little bit of the edge. If I cared about that, I could have certainly gessoed on the tin before I added the paper, or cut more precisely, but I wasn't worried about it. So I am going to add some dimension to the little cutouts, and so I used a little bit of foam tape, and then the ridiculously huge sticky dots that I don't know where I got, but I love them. So I am going to use that. And they're super cute. Okay, now I am hot gluing on this evergreen pipe cleaner and burning myself, I might add. Yeah. So, and I also put it too far up front, so it makes it really hard for my tin to close. If I would have pushed that down a little bit more, I think I would have had an easier time of it. But I probably should have put little finger protectors on because I burnt myself good. But it looks cute. That's what's really important, isn't it? And I cut the little wooden bases off of the trees, and now I'm sticking the trees in, but the polar bear's face is buried in that tree, so I end up pulling him off and repositioning him so that he's not, you know, at least you can see his face and he's not completely buried in the tree. And then I had to take off the little ends on the bulbs, but then they glued in and they're adorable. So I'm glad that those fit in the Altoid tin. That was cool. I think those came from a kit I got from Annie, Miss Garden Grove. I could be wrong though, because, you know, my memory though. And that is my dog whining in the background. Come here, Lark. I don't want you to fall. Scooch back. So that we're outside. So I'm trying to make sure the baby doesn't fall off the porch. So I grabbed my my pearls and decided to add some of those. And then, of course, stickles. Always stickles. And here is where I'm showing you that my tin does not close. It doesn't close, so I need to add a closure. So I go ahead and add this ribbon because I know I want this ribbon underneath the closure. So I put that on there. And then I had this Chinese knot, which I think they're fabulous. And it worked perfect for this. And I love these for closures. And I think Julie might have some in the Chaos for You store. Don't quote me on that. I didn't look before I opened my big mouth. But I'm pretty sure she does. And I'm going to have to get some more because what a great closure it makes. And I only had one, but thank goodness I had it, because I was like, oh my gosh, this thing won't even close. But it works like a champ. But I'm hot gluing it down, and then I'm, with my fingers, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I am pulling off the excess that when you squeeze it down, you squeeze out some of the hot glue inevitably, and I don't want it showing on my beautiful ornament, so I clean it up with my bare fingers. I don't know. Really, finger protectors. I need to use them. I have some somewhere, but you know, my craft room is still in pieces, boxes, on different floors, so I do the best I can. Yeah, see, that worked great. And then I added this pretty little doily. I'm not sure where I got it, but I just thought it was so pretty, like a star. So we're going to use that. And then I'm going to put on that beautiful bling with the dangle pearl from Craft Supplies for You. It's gorgeous. And then I'm going to use those big foam dots again to add this dove from the paper pad. And of course, stickles. Again, you know, stickle it up. Everything must be sparkly. So I am adding some gesso over the evergreen pipe cleaner and here and there just to shabby it up a little bit. But I use what's stuck to the lid of my gesso, so it's more like texture paste. Yeah, it's very sticky and gluey, but it works like a champ. It works like a champ. All right, now let's see, what are we doing? Oh, yes, flowers. Don't forget the flowers. And then I do go back and also put a little gesso on them too. Because you know you gotta have flowers. Little roses, and those little rosebuds from Wild Orchid Crafts are my favorite. I love them. Absolutely love them. I was so excited about the swap. It's been so long since I altered a 10. So now I'm going to add the hanger. So I'm using that same ribbon to go around. And then I just leave some extra at the top so that it acts like the hanger for the ornament. And now it looks like a little handbag. It's adorable. Super cute. And then, of course, it's time to add flowers. Now, the trick to adorning the top of this beauty is to make sure that, one, I don't glue it shut, and two, that the closure is still functional. So I had that in mind as I went forward, but honestly, I was winging it and I was like, this looks good. And then you'll see at the end, I think I glued it shut just a tad bit, but no worries. It all worked out in the end. You know what I didn't do that I should do, though, is go back and stickle those flowers that are on top. What? I can't believe I didn't do that. It just now dawned on me while I'm watching the playback that those need to be stickled. So no, it's not complete. I still have to stickle it. Then it'll be ready for delivery. So I was very excited to do this swap. I love doing Altoid tins, and it's been a while since I've done one, and I've actually never turned one into an ornament like this. So I love the way it turned out. I think it's super cute. And I think I do try to open it, and you can see that it's stuck a little bit. Yeah. Oh, but there it goes. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'd be happy to answer them. And I hope you enjoyed it and that you like my little ornament. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Say bye. He's waving.